Alright guys, so today we're checking out some MX bikes. This is Glen Helen. The track is super sick. It's awesome. It actually isn't that bad or that difficult to play. I haven't really played the game since the last video we did quite a while ago, and it took a few laps. I mean, when you play MX versus ATV or Supercross or whatever arcade game that we've been playing, it's tough to come into this game and just jump in and be ready to go. It isn't really an arcade game. It's a simulation game. And so even though I have played it and understand the general physics and how the game works, it's still really tough to just jump in and feel comfortable. It's tough. And that's coming from me, and I never really feel very comfortable in the game because I'm not very good at it. So when you're not super comfortable or confident in your ability in the game, and then you try to come back, it's tough. It actually is really tough, but that's kind of where I'm going with this track. It is really well done, and if you played MXGP2, you'll kind of recognize this layout because I believe it's very similar, if not basically the same as it was in MXGP2. I think it's pretty much the same layout. So, familiar for sure. And yeah, in real life, Glen Helen gets incredibly nasty. It really does. And this track, it kind of reminds me of Reflex and the smooth version of Glen Helen that was made. It just kind of has that feeling to it because it doesn't. It has some braking bumps and some rough sections, but overall is pretty smooth. It isn't insanely rough, and a novice player such as myself can actually get around it without crashing over and over again. So I do appreciate how the track is kind of player friendly, where if you're really good at the game, you can still fly around it faster than a new player like me. But if you're new, you can still have fun and kind of learn the track and how to play the game on this specific track. So I feel like it was done really well in that sense. And the overall layout feels like Glen Helen. Really good. It is also, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it is by TFC, I believe. TFC. So we have played some tracks by them. I believe it has been a while, but every track I have played, maybe they did Iron Man. Now, I guess I really don't want to say that because that might not be true, and I don't want to credit somebody for a track if they didn't do it, but I thought TFC that did the Iron Man replica we tried out a while ago, pretty sure it was TFC, but not 100%. Yes, we are using the CRF 250. We have used this bike and this skin pack in past videos, and we are using a sound mod for this particular bike. It's the same mod. I think this isn't the final version of this sound mod. I'm happy with this version. I don't feel like I need a better version than what I have here. This is really, really good, and it makes you feel like the bike has way more power, and it feels like you're going faster. It's crazy how much a sound mod can affect the game. It really is. And if you have the game, you really, really need to try out these mods. The bike, the gear, the tracks, and for sure, the sound mod. They're so good, and it's like playing a completely different game. It really is. Really, really good job on all the mods here. And I'm pretty sure I didn't mention it, but we have some YZ125 two-stroke gameplay coming up. from the same OEM bike pack that you can download as a mod. The entire mod has a bunch of different bikes in it, and I don't have a sound mod for this YZ125, but I'm guessing there probably is a sound mod for it. I just haven't downloaded it. For all I know, that mod does exist, and we definitely, if it does, we need to try it out because it can really change the immersion of the game, just the mod. But yeah, anyways, this was my first lap at Glen Helen on the YZ125, and the reason I kept it was because I felt like we were shredding. Yeah, I know we weren't railing corners like crazy, but for me, it felt like we were flying. It really did. I felt fast, it felt good, felt a bit sketchy. And with the 125, it's not an arcade game where the 125 feels equally comparable to the 250. It can do everything fine, but you really have to have corner speed because you got to get that momentum on your side. And I mean, we got around Glen Helen pretty good, but there was definitely some sections that it was a lot harder for me to do on this bike as opposed to the CRF 250. It was just tougher, and that's what makes the game fun. You have so many different bike options, so many different mods that the game, it just goes on and on and on. And I feel like there actually is more consistent mods for this game than there was in the past. I feel like it feels like since it came out on Steam, the community has grown a decent amount. We're seeing more mods, more tracks, more all that stuff than before it was on Steam. So there was a ton of stuff. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but when I saw this track and checked it out, I was thinking it was new, but it actually came out 2016, I believe. But the thread it was on, because someone or some people had commented on it, and pretty much it made the thread look new. But it's 2015 Glen Helen. Again, similar to what we had in MXGP2, I believe. And I felt really good on it. I mean, after about 3 or 4 laps, I felt good. For me. Don't be sitting there thinking, this guy thinks he's so good. He's so bad. I'm way better than him. You probably are. But hey, I can be proud of the tiny gains that we're making in this game. It felt good. It was fun. I felt like we were shredding for as fast as we are in this game. I felt like we were shredding. I mean, that first lap you saw on the Honda was probably my best lap that I was able to get. It felt good. It was a bit sketchy sometimes, but overall I feel like it was a pretty good lap. And I was pretty proud of it. So if all you saw was the first lap that we did, I wanted to make sure it was probably the best one. And that's why I put it at the very beginning, because maybe you just wanted to see the track real quick and not see anything else. So that's why we put that at the very beginning. But yeah, tons of mods, tons of stuff happening, a bunch of new content since I last played this game. If you guys want to see more MX bikes, if you made it to this point in the video, let me know in the comments. I really would appreciate it if you let me know you made it to the end. And let me know if you want to see more MX bikes. If this video does okay, I'll probably put up more MX bikes. I mean, I'm enjoying the game again, but I want to play stuff that you guys want to see. So if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Let me know you got to this point in the video, and let me know you want to see more MX bikes. Because it is kind of a slow time in the moto gaming world right now, so it would just be something extra we could do for at least the summer. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.